In this interactive video session, today we will be discussing the chapter 2 of your science book, and the name of your chapter is Seed Germination and the Dispersal. Regarding the previous learned knowledge, we had the concept of the plants, such as the plants bear flowers, flowers develop into the fruits, and the fruits have seeds. Reproduction of the different reproduction mode of the plants. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the seed germination, the dispersal. The topics are, we will read the seeds, regarding the seeds, the structure of a seed, and the types of the seeds, monocot and the dicot. Regarding the seeds, we know that seeds are the very important source of all food, all kind of foods. And mainly all the grains that we eat are considered as seeds. What are the examples for the seeds? Examples are rice, wheat, gram, kidney beans, peas, etc. The examples of the seeds. Seeds are of different sizes, such as sizes and shapes, such as some seeds are very smaller in size, and some seeds are bigger in size. The examples are coriander, mustard, and the cumin are the seeds, and they are of different shapes and sizes. The bigger sizes of different seeds. The examples are castor, datura, mango, etc. Whereas for the case of the small size, the examples are the mustard, cardamom, and the cumin. Now these are the few basic questions regarding the seeds, such as how many of these can you identify. These are the examples of the seeds in the pictographical form. You have to identify this the name of the different types of seeds, and you have to write the names of these different types of seeds. The second question is regarding the texture. Regarding the texture means the appearance or the feel of any solid surface. Clear? This is the texture. So texture may be smooth or the coarse one or the rough one. Which seeds are, the surface of which seeds are smooth or coarse or rough, we have to identify in this question number 2. For the question number 3, regarding the flat shape of the seeds, and what are the round in shapes. These are the 4 questions you can easily answer. First, we have to identify the name. Second, we have to identify the texture, that means the smoothness or the roughness of the seeds, considering this diagram. Third one is which seed is the flat in shape, or which seed is the round in shape. Now come to the second point, that is the structure of seed. This is very important. You have to draw such kind of diagram while you are answering the such kind of questions based on the structure of a seed. There are different parts of seeds, right? Such as this is the seed coat, the outer part, the outer covering. Second part is the hilum. This one is the hilum. The outer layer is the seed coat. This is the hilum, the opening part, this one. The third part is the cotyledons, this one, the source of food of seed. And the fourth part is the embryo, the young plant. And it is consisted of 2 parts, subparts, plumule and the radicle. This one is the radicle and this one is the plumule. One by one, we will try to learn the different information based on these 4 parts of the seeds. First part is the seed coat. as I mentioned, seed code C. C is the first letter, so C means covering. So seed coat is seed covering. That's it. We can say in another word, it is the outer covering or the layer. What is the main function of seed coat? It protects the seed from physical damage, such as being crushed from the temperature related changes or damages, such as drying out or for the water damage. These are the main functions of seed coat. The second part of the seed is the hilum, and it is the seed coat has a tiny opening, and this tiny opening of the seed coat will be known as the hilum, and the main function of the hilum is to absorb the water This is the main function. The third part of the seed is the cotyledons, and these are the fleshy part. In a word, we can say cotyledons are the fleshy part or the seed leaves, and they store the food for growing the embryo inside the seed. This is the main function. The main function of the cotyledon is to store the food for growing embryo. And how can we get cotyledons? If we remove the seed coat, this one, the first part of the seed coating, if we remove this seed coating, then there will be a fleshy part. After removing the seed coat, we will get there will be the revealing of fleshy part of the seed, and this fleshy part of the seed will be known as the cotyledons. Clear? And the main function of the cotyledon is to store the food for growing embryo. Now the last part of the seed is the embryo. It is consisted of two parts, plumule and the radicle. Clear? Now embryo is considered as the baby plant, present inside the seed, and it uses the food, that means the cotyledons, till it grows into its own roots and leaves. Mind it, it uses the cotyledon as food till it grows in its own roots and leaves in order to do photosynthesis. Clear? Now after the food from the cotyledons is used, young plants continues making its own food through the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of making food using water, carbon dioxide. Clear? Now we know that embryo is enclosed by two parts, and that is the plumule and the radicle. Radicle is developed into the root finally, and whereas for the case of plumule, it develops into the shoot of the baby plant. And when this case will be happened when under the favorable condition of the germination. Clear? This is the embryo, and on germination, the radicle will develop into the root, and the plumule will develop into the shoot of the baby plant. Now different types of seeds. There are mainly two types of seeds depending on the presence of the numbers of the cotyledons and the food storage capacity. Clear? Mind it, depending on the number of cotyledons and the food storage, we can divide different types of seeds into two categories. This number one is the monocotyledons or monocot, and the dicotyledons or the dicot. About the monocotyledon seed, the monocot, these seeds will have only one seed coat or only one seed leaf. Clear? This is the picture of monocot. Seeds only have one seed leaf or the cotyledon will be known as the monocot. What are the examples? Wheat, bajra, maize and the rice are the examples of the monocotyledons or the monocot. For the case of the dicotyledons, the seeds that will have two seed leaves are the cotyledons, that will be known as the dicot. or dicotyledon seeds. Clear? What are the examples? Examples are the mango, gram, and the pea. This is the diagram of the monocot, and this is the diagram of the dicot. Clear? This is the practical based activity. You can perform this activity at your home. The main aim of this activity is to study regarding the structure of the seeds. The structures means this diagram. That means if we perform this activity, we can easily identify different parts of the seed, such as seed coat, cotyledons, hilum, and the embryo. Embryo means the plumule and the radical part of the seed coat. It is advisable to practice at your home. And if we perform this activity in our home, we can easily understand what are the different parts of the seed. What are the materials that we need, such as bean seeds, wheat seeds, dish, and the muslin cloth? What are the procedure? First, we should have bean seeds and the wheat seeds. Bean seeds is the monocot, and the bean seeds is the we can take either the bean seeds or the wheat seeds, clear, in order to perform this activity. And the procedure is we have to soak these wheat seeds in water for overnight in a dish, and next morning we have to drain out all the water from the dish, and we have to place the soaked seed in the clean dish cloth, and we have to tie a knot. And in the third step, we have to open the knot after a day and observe the seeds, and we have to remove the outer coat, clear, outer coating part of the seed, and we have to gently open the seed. The observation we will see, that is when the muslin cloth was opened after a day, the seeds become sprouted and soft. This is very important. Sprouted means germinated and soft, and on removing the seed coat, the two fleshy cotyledons becomes exposed from the bean seeds. Two fleshy cotyledons, clear, will be exposed from the bean seeds, and when the cotyledons are split opened, it will show a baby plant with plumule and the radicle. This is the embryo part, and the inference is that bean is a dicot plant, whereas wheat is a monocot plant, and with two cotyledons. Bean is a dicot plant with two cotyledons, and wheat is a monocot plant with one cotyledons. This is the inference. After performing this activity, we can conclude that bean is a dicot plant with two cotyledons, and for the case of the wheat, it is a monocot plant and with one cotyledons. Clear? And cotyledons provide good source of food for the embryo. This is the activity based practical we can easily perform at our home in order to understand the real structure of the seed, whether the seed is monocot or the dicot. Thanks for watching.